all electronic devices, and we ask that you refrain from photography during today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Shelley Markham performing It's About Time, an original song he wrote about marriage equality.
Nice.
I have had a sacred dream about us. You and I have waited for so long, walking down the aisle with each other, showing everyone where we belong. And isn't it amazing how this finally came to be? Standing at the altar for all the world to see. It's about a love that is meant to last forever. It's about a life that leaves nothing left behind. It's about all the time we have left together. It's about life. It's about love. And it's about time. It feels like we have waited 20 lifetimes, wishing for this moment to be real. But now we're stepping into the sunlight to celebrate the way we truly feel. The second that I saw you, when my heart first skipped a beat, but with your hand in mine, our life now feels complete. It's about a love that is meant to last forever. It's about a love that leaves nothing left behind. It's about all the time we have left together. It's about love. It's about life. And it's about time. And now that we're here, we know that it's right. Our own piece of heaven, our own paradise. It's about a love that is meant to last forever. It's about a life that leaves nothing left behind. It's about all the time we have left together. It's about love. It's about life. And it's about time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce a very good friend of the grooms. Ladies and gentlemen, Kat Kramer.
Paula and Stephen, this is for you. Finally found the one who sweeps me off my feet. Finally found the one who makes me feel complete. It started over coffee. We started out as friends. It's funny how from simple things the best things begin. This time it's different. It's all because of you. It's better than it's ever been, 'cause we can talk it through. My favorite line was, "Can I call you sometime?" It's all you have to say to take my breath away. This is it. Oh, I finally found the one to share my life. Finally found the one to be with every night. And whatever I do, it's just got to be you. My life has just begun. I finally found the La 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 la, la 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 la. I would wait forever just to know you are mine. I can't wait for the rest of my life. This is it. Oh, I finally found the one to share my life. I finally found the one to be with every night. And whatever I do, it's just got to be you. My life has just begun. I finally found the one. This is it. I finally found the one. This is it. I finally found the All right, I'd like to go ahead and welcome to the stage our good friend Clifton Burns, good friend to the grooms, who's going to be singing for the processional.
all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose and win, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. How many times do I have to tell you, even when you're crying, you're beautiful too. The world is beating you down, I'm around through every move. You're my downfall, you're my fear, my worst distraction, my element. I can't stop singing, it's ringing in my head for you. My head's underwater, but I'm breathing fine. You're crazy, but I'm out of my mind, 'cause all of me loves all of you, loves your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose and win, and I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Cards on the table, we're both showing hearts, risking it all, it's hard, 'cause all of me loves all of you, loves your curves and all your edges, all your perfect imperfections. Give your all to me, and I'll give my all to you. You're my end and my beginning, even when I lose and win, 'cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. 'Cause I give you all of me, and you give me all of you. Oh.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, welcome to today's celebration of Paul and Stephen's marriage. We are here to rejoice and to support the covenant that Stephen and Paul are making to one another today, and to share in the joy they are feeling as they pledge their love and commitment to one another. Paul and Stephen have chosen you, those special and important to them, to witness their marriage, the next step in their life together. Marriage is a promise between two people who love each other, who trust that love, who honor one another as individuals in that togetherness, and who wish to spend the rest of their lives together. Marriage enables two separate souls to share their desires, longings, dreams, and memories, their joys and sorrows, and to help one another through all the uncertainties of life. I can't find words to express what an honor it is for me to be officiating today's ceremony. I don't do this on a regular basis, so I was a bit awestruck to have Stephen and Paul ask me to play this role on such an important day. That said, I suppose it's fitting for me to be up here. After all, I've worked on other successful projects with Stephen and Paul. We first met about 3 years ago around Teach Your Children Well, an important and compelling documentary they co-produced about anti-gay bullying. As the Deputy Executive Director of the ACLU of Southern California and the attorney representing one of the families featured in the movie, I found myself frequently speaking at events after Teach, where Teach was being shown. We became fast friends, and I can't count how many of the photos on Facebook I have are of the three of us on the red carpet somewhere around town. Shortly after we met, Stephen wrote me an email to ask me when I thought it would be legal again in California for gays and lesbians to marry. You see, when Paul and Stephen met 6 years ago in 2008, it was only shortly thereafter that the limited window of marriage equality opened and then quickly closed. Fast forward to 2012, now Stephen and Paul know they want to wed one another, and they wanted to do so in their home state. I promised them we would be sure the right to marry came back to California, and that right would be recognized by the federal government. Those promises came true, and here we stand today. I am proud to have Paul and Stephen's wedding be the first wedding of a gay couple I've had the privilege of officiating since marriage equality came back to California. This time to stay. Paul and Stephen, given your deep love and commitment to one another, we all look forward to watching you continue to build your lives together, and we could not be happier for you. And though I've never tried reading cards or palms or anything of the sort, I predict great success for your marriage. I know how much you and your families have been looking forward to today, so let's get your future together started. At this time, I'd like to invite Jack Mulqueeny forward to share the couple's first reading selection. Paul and Jack have known each other since they were 5-year-olds and grew up together.
Testing. Can you hear me now? Okay.
Sound.
This is a poem called Two Doves. Two doves meeting in the sky. Two loves hand in hand, eye to eye. Two parts of a loving whole. Two hearts and a single soul. Two stars shining bright and bright. Where am I? Oh, there it is. Two fires bringing warmth and light. Two songs played in perfect tune. Two flowers growing in the bloom. Two doves gliding in the air. Two loves free without a care. Two parts of a loving whole. Two parts of a single soul. Two dreams found before too late. Two lives together bound by fate. Two people cling to one another. Two people in love with each other. Two doves, can you see them soar? Two loves, who could ask for more? Two parts of a loving whole. Two hearts and a single soul.
At this time, Stephen and Paul would like to share selections each of them has chosen for today. Stephen?
Testing. Did it fall off? See how nervous he is? This is what you need me for. Can you hear him now?
Yep. So the story of the poem I'm about to read is my friend Susan and I were outside a small theater in Hollywood a couple of years ago, and there was a poet sitting on a stool. It sounds like a joke. There was a poet sitting on a stool and said, "Hey, would you like a poem?" And I said, "Yes, but not about me. I'd like you to write a poem about my partner, Paul. So he interviewed me for about a half hour and said, well, tell me everything about Paul. So this is the result of our combined efforts. And Paul's an artist, so it'll make sense. There's a lot of references to art. You lit their faces up with pastel glows, amber and lilac cheeks that blush to hear your whispered name. My cheeks are a deeper shade of purple. My smile outshines Sinatra. You light up my face with the reflections of the dream that play across your eyes. I hang your portrait in the gallery of my mind in sepia tones. You can be my Brando, my Olivier, as long as you remain my you.
Now Paul will share the selection he's chosen.
Here I go.
Oh, may I have that? I really do need it. I would like to just say about this song, this is the first song I actually sang to Stephen the night I met him. After we met, in a dark, quiet place. Well, it wasn't that quiet. It was actually a lot of fun, a lot of dancing. But we went and took a stroll down to the beach, and I decided to sing him this excerpt from one of my favorite musical movies back in the 70s that you all might remember, called A Star is Born, featuring Barbra Streisand and Chris Christopherson. This is a song called Evergreen. Not Evergreen, that's the song my sister sang. It's called Everything. It was close enough, but it's called Everything because, Stephen, you're my everything. I want to learn what life is for. I don't want much, I just want more. Ask what I want, and I will sing. I want everything, everything. I'd cure the cold and the traffic jam. If there were floods, I'd give a damn. I'd never sleep, I'd only sing. So let me do everything, everything. I'd like to plant a city and play the cello, play Monte Carlo, play Othello, move into the White House, painted yellow, speak Portuguese and Dutch, and if it's not too much, I'd like to have the perfect twin, one who would go out as I came in. I'd like to grab a big brass ring, let me do everything, everything. Well, I'd like a child set free at the fun fair. Every ride invites me, and it's unfair saying that I only get my one share. Doesn't seem just. I could live as I must. They would give me the time to turn the tide. Give me the truth if once I lie. Give me the man right there who's gonna breathe more of everything.
Now I'd like to invite forward the lovely Karen Sharp Kramer, filmmaker, producer, and the wife of the late legendary Stanley Kramer, to share a selection she has chosen.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm truly honored that Stephen and Paul have invited me and to join them in this really magnificent wedding today. I've gotten to know these two the last few years, and I can truly say that I've fallen deeply in love with both of them. In 1967, my husband Stanley Kramer made a film about interracial marriage. It was against the law in 16 states when we made that film. Now, Columbia Pictures, who distributed the film and put up the money for it, when they read the script, they canceled the film. Well, now look, to be perfectly fair here, it's not a very good investment when you can't show a film in 16 states in case of a riot. So, in Stanley's infinite wisdom, he went to Katharine Hepburn, who's in the film, of course, and Sidney Poitier, and said, look, we know why they don't want to make this film, but I'm willing to put up my salary as collateral. That's how important this film is to me. Will you do the same? They said, are you kidding? He said, no, I'm not kidding, I'm really serious. And they said, then so will we. So then we went to Columbia Pictures, and they had no other reason, there's no legal reason for them not to go ahead. And I'm sure they're doggone glad they did, because it turned out to be one of the most money-making films in the history of motion pictures. But that's not what's so important. What's really important is that that film helped change the law. So we've come a little distance, and we still have a little way to go. But we're working on same-sex marriage. We've come a little distance there too. And we're just going to have to keep fighting. There are a few lines in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner that was spoken, I think, so magnificently by Spencer Tracy when he had to grapple with the fact that his daughter was marrying an African American. And I think this, in some way, is a correlation between same-sex marriage as well as interracial marriage. So with your permission, I'd like to read a few of those statements. I am sure that you know what you're up against. There will be those people right here in our own community who will still be offended by the two of you. And you'll just have to ride that out for a little while longer. These people you can try to feel sorry for, you can try to ignore them, with all their prejudice, their bigotry, and their blind hatred and stupid fears. But where necessary, we're just going to have to hold tight to one another and say, screw all those people. You're a wonderful and beautiful couple who happen to fall in love. And I believe that no matter what some kind of bigot person out there could make against your getting married, there'd only be one thing that would be worse, is that you didn't get married. And knowing the persons that you two are, and having what you two have, and feeling what you two feel, that's why this is a blessed day. And each and every one of us in this room this afternoon are going to forever remember this treasured moment. The beauty in being part of this glorious forever union. Stephen and Paul.
Stephen and Paul, because it is your intention to marry, please join your hands and declare your consent. Paul, please repeat after me. I Paul Belsito,
I, Paul Belsito,
take you, Stephen Roche,
take you, Stephen Roche,
to be my friend, my love,
to be my friend, my love,
and my spouse.
and my spouse.
I promise to care for and protect you.
One more time.
I promise to care for
I promise to care for
and protect you,
and protect you,
to comfort and encourage you,
to comfort and encourage you,
to love and respect you,
to love and respect you,
today, tomorrow, and forever.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
I promise to always be open,
I promise to always be open,
honest,
honest,
and faithful to you.
faithful to you.
I choose you as my spouse,
I choose you as my spouse,
with all your strengths and faults,
with all your strengths and faults,
as I offer myself to you,
as I offer myself to you,
with my strengths and faults,
with my strengths and faults,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish
to love and to cherish
for all the days of my life.
for all the days of my life.
Stephen, please repeat after me. I, Stephen Roach, take you, Paul Belsito,
I, Stephen Roche, take you, Paul Belsito,
to be my friend,
to be my friend,
my love,
my love,
and my spouse.
and my spouse.
I promise to care for
I promise to care for
and protect you,
and protect you,
to comfort and encourage you,
to comfort and encourage you,
to love and respect you,
to love and respect you,
today, tomorrow, and forever.
today, tomorrow, and forever.
I promise to always be open,
I promise to always be open,
honest,
honest,
and faithful to you.
and faithful to you.
I choose you as my spouse,
I choose you as my spouse,
with all your strengths and faults,
with all your strengths and faults,
as I offer myself to you,
as I offer myself to you,
with my strengths and faults,
with my strengths and faults,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
to have and to hold from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish for all the days of my life.
to love and to cherish for all the days of my life.
At this time, I'm going to need the ring bearer, Ryan Landry, to bring up the rings. The rings, which have no beginning and no end, symbolize the love, trust, and commitment that bind these two together. There are two rings because there are two people, each of whom hereby commit to make a contribution to the life of the other and to their new life together. Stephen, you may place the ring on Paul's finger. Please repeat after me. Let this ring be a visible sign
Let this ring be a visible sign
of my promises to you.
of my promises to you.
May its presence on your finger
May its presence on your finger
remind you of my love
remind you of my love
and devotion to you.
and devotion to you.
I am honored this day and always
I am honored this day and always
to call you my husband.
to call you my husband.
Paul, you may place the ring on Stephen's finger. Please repeat after me.
Make sure it's right side up.
Let this ring be a visible sign
Let this ring be a visible sign
of my promises to you.
of my promises to you.
May its presence on your finger
May its presence on your finger
remind you of my love
remind you of my love
and devotion to you.
and devotion to you.
I am honored this day and always
I am honored this day and always
to call you my husband.
to call you my husband.
And now we celebrate the uniting of two souls becoming one. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the incomparable Charmian Carr, who first performed this song for the world in the classic musical, The Sound of Music. Join me. Until now, Paul and Stephen have spent each moment of their lives as separate individuals. But from this day on, and every day after, each moment shall be shared and spent as one. Before I finalize this and announce the couple, please welcome the incomparable Jennifer Lawson, who will perform during the recessional to celebrate the newlyweds. Paul and Stephen, by the power vested in me by the state of California, I now pronounce you legally married. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the newlyweds, Stephen and Paul.
Life only way you prove you love them. Listen